Fans, if y'all didn't catch the show on Saturday, UFC Fight Night kicked off early that morning. I want to say about 8 a.m. Central Time over in Saudi Arabia. I just wanted to give y'all the results of the card, what I felt about the card, and some of the fighters on the card. If you haven't already, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel for the latest UFC updates on from Michi from the Midwest podcast. Um, Ferry Ziem versus Mike Davis. I had Mike Davis winning that one. I seen Mike Davis fight before. I want to say he ended up losing. It was a unanimous decision. I think Ziem guy, he got a couple of takedowns on him and he just outstruck him for the most part. Solid fight. Next fight was Sadid. I can't say this dude last name, but it's Khabib people. One of his homies are cousins or something like that. But he fought Vinicius Oliveira. I had Oliveira winning that one. He won it by unanimous decision. He had quite a scare because he got caught with a knee to the ribs. I want to say maybe late second round or early third round. And you can tell that he was trying to hurry up and get the fight over because he was in a lot of pain, but he was able to pull that fight off. Sergey Pavlovich versus Rosenstrike. I thought Rosenstrike, for him to be a kickboxer, have a background in kickboxing, he don't really utilize his kicks the way that he used to. I think it came from being knocked out a couple of times. I know he got knocked out by Francis, and somebody else knocked him out. And he's just been, you can tell like he throws punches, but he gets caught a lot. So he's being very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's being very conservative for his attack lately, and it just didn't work out this fight. Polovich got him with the better shots. I want to say he maybe took him down 2 times, and it was more control time, so it was like 4, maybe 5 minutes total. So if you got the control time when you get the takedowns and you outland the person striking, you're going to win that fight 9 times out of 10. Co-main event of the evening: Michael Venom Page versus Magomedov. I had Magomedov winning this one because I just felt like MVP wasn't ready for this fight. Going against somebody a little bit younger, I want to say 7 years younger. Magomedov seemed very confused with MVP's fight style. I would think that I know he did his research on him, seen his previous fights, and maybe he just thought he could outstrike him. But getting in there with somebody that fights awkwardly like MVP does, I think he was concerned, he was confused, and he just couldn't get his punches off. And MVP pulled the fight off. It stayed up on the feet for most of the part. He just got outlanded. He made Magomedov miss more. Like I said, MVP said he's coming for that title soon. So salute to him for getting his biggest win in the UFC thus far. Main event of the evening, man. I want to talk about that quite briefly. Israel Adesanya versus Imavov. Stylebender got knocked the hell out. I know they got the video circulating showing how this fight happened because I want to say he act like he received a low blow and he pushed the referee off like, no, I got it. And it's just very similar to what Alex Pierre did. When Alex Pierre did it, he pushed the referee off Herb Dean and said, look, I'm cool, it ain't hurt. And he got back out there and got the win over Jamal Hill. This time, Stylebender tried it, and immediately, like 5 seconds later, he got caught with a hook and flushed him, dropped him. Buddy got on top of his back and just punched him out until the referee had to break it up. Recently, if you have been following Stylebender since he's been in the UFC, he was 20-0 up to a point where he lost to Jehovovich or something like that. I want to say he's the light heavyweight champ. That was when Stylebender went up to fight. After that, since that fight, Stylebender is 5-5 with those fights. Now, like I said, he's fought all competition. The 5 fights he lost to 3 champions, and then he lost to 2 top 5 contenders. So, like I said, he's losing to quality opponents. It's just maybe his run is over. He's getting up there in age. He's getting in there the later 30s. And you know, with UFC, man, all it takes, once you get caught a couple of times and people start realizing they can test your chin and you go straight out, it becomes a lot easier. I know a lot of people, like I read the comments on the UFC.com page on Facebook and stuff. A lot of people say, oh, he just need to retire. That's not how UFC works. If you look at like the people, like the gatekeepers in the UFC, Donald Cerrone, Tony Ferguson, Jim Miller, guys like that, even though they lose some of the main fights or whatever, or they had the belt before and they just start losing a lot of fights in a row, Dana keeps them around because he still can make money off these guys. He can still make a prize fight, those dream fights that, oh, maybe we could put Stylebender here. Let's put him against another former champ that has been losing as well. And the fight's going to sell because Stylebender just knows how to sell a fight. As far as his championship days, those might be behind him because with these top guys, like I said, Stylebender having a belt, you got Chimaev and stuff like those type of dudes. Them, I don't think them the people that Stylebender want to fight because they can. Chimaev can wrestle. Who else is it? Usman. Um, what's my boy name? I got his face. Gilbert Burns. Those type of dudes can wrestle, and they got the remedy. If you could take Stylebender down and keep him down and just beat up on him, you're going to win the fight. Everybody's to show that the ones that's beating him was able to wrestle him. Someone was able to outstrike him. I don't know if he's overconfident because like I said, he talks a good game, but after a while, you start to lose your way, and next thing you know, it's time to retire. But as of now, I don't see him retiring. He got at least another 5, maybe 6 more fights in the UFC that I can see. I can see him fighting a lot of the top contenders, and he'll beat some of those guys. But as far as fighting for that belt, I just don't see it right now. So salute to Stylebender. Like I said, he's been humble for a while now. I'm glad he's starting to see that he's not the best in UFC, but he can still compete. But yeah, man, I was not expecting this guy. Evolve said he wants the winner of Strickland and Duplessis. That'd be a nice fight, but maybe I just need to see a little bit more. I'm not too. I haven't watched all his fight. I haven't watched too many of his fights to say that he's ready for the belt yet. But salute to him for pulling off his biggest win in the UFC so far. So that's all I got for UFC right now, man. We got another UFC coming up. If not this week, no, it is actually this week. Duplessis versus Strickland 2. I'll tap in with y'all maybe on Thursday, and I'll do the prediction card on that one. So make sure y'all tune in to the Meet You from the Midwest podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the